जहाँ डाल डाल पर सोने की चिड़िया करती है बसेरा, वो भारत देश है मेरा, वो भारत देश है मेरा। जहाँ सत्य अहिंसा और धर्म का पग पग लगता डेरा, वो भारत देश है मेरा, वो भारत देश है मेरा। Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel of MPN Academy. Let's begin the weekly current affairs test series. In this video, we are going to discuss 30 most important MCQs taken from the period of 1 to 7 January 2022. We are going to discuss the MCQs with full description in English. Let's begin the questions. The first question is, which social activist, popularly known as Mother Teresa of Maharashtra and Mother of Orphans, has passed away recently? The right answer is option number D. Sindhu Tai Sapkal. Padma Shri awardee Sindhu Tai Sapkal passed away on 4th January. She was born in Wardha district of Maharashtra in 1948. In childhood, people used to call her Chindi. She had to face discrimination for a long time due to being a daughter. Her life began as a child who was not needed by anyone. Her mother was opposed to her going to school, although her father wanted her to study. She adopted more than 1400 children in her life. Her family is very large. She has 207 sons in law, 36 daughters in law, and more than 1000 grandchildren. There are 6 organizations in her name which help orphan children. She even begged on the streets to feed the orphans. Mainpuri Sainik School, located in which state, is named after India's first Chief of Defence Staff, CDS General Bipin Rawat. The right answer is option number C. Uttar Pradesh. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath announced this on 6th January. He said that while paying tribute to the immortal son of Mother Bharati, the country's first Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, the Sainik School in Mainpuri district has been named General Bipin Rawat Sainik School. CDS Bipin Rawat passed away in an army helicopter crash in December 2021. The Supreme Court has constituted a 5-member high-level committee on the matter of lapse in the security of Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 5th January 2022 in Firozpur of which state? The right answer is option number A. Punjab. The Supreme Court has constituted a 5-member inquiry committee. Please remember this 5-member inquiry committee headed by Justice Indu Malhotra in connection with the lapse in the security of PM Modi in Punjab. On 5th January, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's convoy had to be stuck on the flyover at Husainawala for 15-20 minutes when he was on his way to Firozpur and was blocked by protesters on the way. You can see the picture. Who has become the first woman to head India's largest oil and gas producer company, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, ONGC? The right answer is option number D. Dr. Alka Mittal. Alka Mittal has been appointed interim chairman and managing director of the company. Alka Mittal will replace Subhas Kumar. Subhas Kumar retired on 31st December. Alka is 59 years old and the first woman to head an oil and gas exploration and production company. She will be the interim chairman of ONGC for a period of 6 months with effect from 1st January. Earlier, Nishi Vasudev was the first woman to head an oil company. She took over the reins of Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited HPCL in the year 2014. When has the COVID-19 vaccination for children aged between 15 and 18 years been started in India? The right answer is option number C. 3rd January 2022. In view of the spurts in the cases of new variant Omicron of Corona, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 25th December announced 3 major decisions in the fight against Corona. These include starting vaccination for 15 to 18 year olds from January. Apart from this, making another big announcement, PM Modi had said that booster dose will be started from 10th January for the elderly, health workers and frontline workers above 60 years of age. According to the report, Bharat Biotech's Covaxin is likely to be the only vaccine available for children in the age group of 15 to 18 years. Jacob D was the first vaccine approved for use as in children, but it cannot be part of the vaccination program starting January 3rd as it has not been used for adults yet. Friends, if you are appearing in 67th BPSC prelims exam or Bihar CDPO prelims exam, then this course is ideal for you. The course name is Golden Current Affair Test Series on Google Play Store, MPN Academy. Install it and you will see the course in the store section. What you will get in this course? This is a set of 20 questionnaires. In each questionnaire, you will get 50 MCQs. These MCQs, overall 1000 MCQs, are selected from the period of November 2020 to December 2021. It means 14 months of current affairs from Bihar, national and international current affairs. One set of MCQs consists of 50 questions and you will get 40 minutes of time to solve the test paper. You will feel like a real examination hall. So this is a complete revision package which has recently become the first company in the world to have a market value of 3 trillion US dollars. The right answer is option number B, Apple. The giant tech company Apple has created history by leaving behind all the big companies. The company's market value reached 3 trillion on January 3rd, which is the highest ever. According to the New York Times, Apple, which started in 1976, touched the magic figure of $1 trillion in August 2018. You can see this $1 trillion in August 2018. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated the new integrated terminal building of Maharaja Bir Bikram Airport in which city? The right answer is option number C, Agartala. This is the view of the airport, new building. PM Modi inaugurated the new integrated terminal buildings of Maharaja Bir Bikram Airport in Agartala during his visit to Tripura on January 4th. The new integrated terminal building of the airport, constructed at a cost of about 450 crore rupees, is a state-of-the-art building spread over 30,000 square meters with modern facilities and support by latest IT network integrated system. Maharaja Colonel Bir Bikram Kishore Manikya Dev Barman Bahadur of the Manikya dynasty is widely regarded as the foremost king of Tripura. He succeeded his father Birendra Kishore Manikya Dev Barman in August 1923, which has become the first LPG enabled and smoke free state in India. The right answer is option number D, Himachal Pradesh. The state has achieved this achievement due to the Ujala scheme of the central government and the Grihini Suvidha Yojana of the state government. The Ujala scheme was started by the central government to rid women of serious diseases caused by smoke while lighting a wood stove. The state government also started Grihini Suvidha Yojana to benefit more and more women. The world's largest metro network has been set up in which city? The right answer is option number C, Shanghai. Shanghai, which is in China, recently launched the first phase of two driverless metro lines, Line 14 and Line 18, with Shanghai maintaining its position as the city with the largest metro network in the world. With the opening of the new metro lines, the Shanghai metro network has grown to 831 km in total. At the same time, the total number of automatic driverless metro lines in Shanghai has increased to 5. The city of Shanghai now has a total of 508 subway stations, making it the largest subway in the world. Beijing is the second largest metro network in the world after Shanghai. Recently, Delhi has been ranked as the third largest metro network in the world. The Phase 4 track of Delhi Metro, with a total length of 103.93 km, will be commissioned by the year 2024. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has recently laid the foundation stone of Major Dhyan Chand Sports University in which city? The right answer is option number A, Meerut. On 2nd January, this university is being established in the villages of Salwa and Kali in Sardhana town of Meerut, UP. Its construction is estimated to cost around 700 crore rupees. Sports University will have modern sports infrastructure including synthetic hockey field, football field, basketball field, volleyball, handball, kabaddi, ground, lawn tennis court, hall for gymnastics, synthetic stadium for running, swimming pool and track for cycling. The university will also have facilities for shooting, squash, weightlifting, archery and many other sports. If you are looking for a current affairs for the year of 2021, then this course is for you, BPSC Current Affairs 2021. This is a PDF course and you will get the content from November 2020 up to December 2021. So 14 months of current affairs. This is for prelims exam. The same course from where 85% questions tallied in 66th BPSC prelims and Bihar SI 2021 exam. How can you get this course? Go to Google Play Store, download this MPN Academy app, install it, and you will see the course in the store section. What you are going to get in this course? Bihar monthly current affairs, MCQs plus short notes. Second is weekly current affairs test series, MCQs, national and international. Monthly current affairs short notes, national and international. Please keep it in mind that MCQs will be bilingual Hindi and English, but explanation and supplementary short notes will be available in Hindi only. Which has become India's first paperless court? The right answer is option number B, Kerala High Court. It was inaugurated on 1st January by Justice D.Y. Chandrachud of the Supreme Court. D.Y. Chandrachud said that court is a service provided by the state to all the citizens, and e-filing and paperless courts are an important step towards decentralization of justice. The Kerala High Court was established on 1st November 1956. S. Mani Kumar is the current Chief Justice of the Kerala High Court, whose nomination has been approved for the appointment as the first woman Supreme Court judge in the judicial history of Pakistan. The right answer is option number B, Aisha Malik. She is the lady. The Judicial Commission of Pakistan has approved the nomination of Justice Aisha Malik for appointment as a judge of the Supreme Court. A LLM graduate from Harvard Law School, Justice Aisha Malik was a partner in a leading corporate and commercial law firm before being elevated as a judge to the Lahore High Court in 2012. At the same time, during her promotion, she was the first woman judge of the Lahore High Court in the last 20 years. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has recently inaugurated Kalpana Chawla Center for Research in Space and Technology in which university? The right answer is option number A, Chandigarh University. A new space science research center has been set up with the objective of training the students to face the future challenges in space science, satellite development and space research. The center will serve as the ground control station for the Chandigarh University, which is located in Mohali, Punjab. Student-built satellite CuSat, an in-house nano-satellite being designed by the students of the university, as well as it will also be a geospatial center for research. This satellite will be one of the 75 student-built satellites that will be launched into space on the eve of 75th Independence Day in 2022. In which state has Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently inaugurated the Savara Kuddu hydroelectric project? The right answer is option number D, Himachal Pradesh. You can see the picture. This is built on the Pabbar River in Shimla district of HP. PM Modi presided over the second ground-breaking ceremony of the Himachal Pradesh Global Investors Summit on 27th December at Mandi. The conclave is expected to encourage investment in the sector through projects worth 28,000 crore rupees. He also inaugurated and laid foundation stones of hydroelectric projects worth over 11,000 crore rupees. Some of the hydroelectric projects are Renuka-ji Dam project, Luhri Phase 1 hydroelectric project and Dhaula Sindh hydroelectric project. The 40 megawatt Renuka-ji Dam project being built on the Giri River will be constructed at a cost of about 7,000 crore rupees. Which Indian origin British Army captain has achieved the feat of becoming the first woman of color to complete solo expedition in Antarctica? The right answer is option number A, Harpreet Chandi. Captain Harpreet Chandi, a 32-year-old Indian origin British Sikh Army officer and physiotherapist, has created history by completing a trekking expedition to the South Pole alone. As part of a medical regiment in the northwest of England, Harpreet Chandi's primary role is to organize the training of physicians as clinical training officers for the army. Apart from this, she is currently pursuing her masters in sports and exercise medicine part-time at Queen Mary University, London. Harpreet is also known as Polar Preet. We have launched BPSC Current Affairs 2022 full-fledged in English language. What you are going to get in this? You will get content from January 2022 to December 2022. This is for prelims exam. you will get videos and PDFs. The same course from where 85% questions tallied in 66th BPSC prelims and Bihar SI 2021 prelims exam. Since in 2021 there was no exam held of BPSC. You can get this course on Google Play Store. You have to install MPN Academy app, install it, and you'll see the course in the store section. So there will be three kinds of material in the form of videos and PDFs. Number one, weekly current affair test series, national and international version. Second one is monthly current affairs short notes, national and international. Third number, Bihar monthly current affairs, MCQs plus short notes. All the videos are ad free. You will not see any advertisement, and you will get PDF for revision. India has recently participated in the exercise Sea Dragon 22, organized under the leadership of which country? The right answer is option number A, USA. The US Sea Dragon 22 exercise began in the Pacific Ocean with the navies of United States of America, USA, India, Australia, Canada, Japan and South Korea. India, Japan, Australia and USA are also part of the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, which is shortly named as Quad, and also participate in the Malabar exercise. Sea Dragon is a US-led multinational exercise designed to practice and discuss anti-submarine warfare strategies to be conducted simultaneously in response to traditional and non-traditional maritime security challenges in the Indo-Pacific. This is an annual exercise. The Indian Navy has recently inducted two more Poseidon 81 maritime reconnaissance and anti-submarine warfare aircraft. You can see the picture, which will further strengthen its capability to monitor Chinese ships. India's first open rock museum has been inaugurated in which city? The right answer is option number D, Hyderabad. You can see the picture. Dr. Jitendra Singh, Union Minister of State for Science and Technology, has inaugurated the museum on 6th January, showcasing about 35 different types of rocks from different parts of India, ranging in age from about 3.3 billion years to 55 million years. The goal of this museum is to educate the general public about the historic rocks. These rocks also represent the deepest part of the earth, up to a distance of 175 kilometers from the earth's surface. These rocks have been bought from Odisha, Tamil Nadu, Uttarakhand, Jharkhand and Jammu and Kashmir. On the occasion of 75 years of India's independence, the central government will set up 75 science museums in the country. Which country has assumed the chairmanship of the Security Council's Counter-Terrorism Committee UNSC CTC for 2022? The right answer is option number B, India. India's permanent representative to the UN, T.S. Tirumurti, assumed the post of chairman of the Counter-Terrorism Committee CTC of the Security Council for 2022. Earlier, India had chaired this committee in the year 2012. India will chair three important committees in the UN Security Council in 2021 to 2022 financial year. This includes the Taliban Sanctions Committee, the Libya Sanctions Committee and the Anti-Terrorism Committee. India is currently a non-permanent member of the 15-member Security Council and its two-year term will end on December 31st. On the eve of taking over as the CTC chairman, India voted in favor of the proposal to renew the mandate of the Executive Directorate of Counter-Terrorism Committee CTED. The United Nations Security Council passed this resolution. In which country will the Women's ODI Cricket World Cup 2022 be organized? The right answer is option number C, New Zealand. It was originally scheduled for 6th February to 7th March 2021 but was postponed by a year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. On 15th December last year, the International Cricket Council ICC confirmed that the tournament will take place from 4th March to 3rd April 2022. Why this is in news recently? BCCI announced the 15 women squad on 6th January. Mithali Raj has been given the captaincy of the team while Harpreet Kaur will be the vice captain. Only 8 teams are participating in the Women's ODI World Cup 2022. This is the 12th edition of the ICC Women's ODI World Cup and India is yet to win even a single title. The Maya civilization, which is in the news recently, is associated with which continent at present? The right answer is option number C, North America. Why in news? According to a new study, the Maya civilization may have been access to about 500 drought-resistant edible plants. The Maya civilization faced starvation due to its reliant on drought-sensitive crops such as corn, beans, and squash. The Maya are the indigenous people of Mexico and Central America who are native to Mexico South through modern Yucatan, Yuntana, Campeche, Tabasco, Chiapas, Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador, and Honduras. India's first toy manufacturing cluster, Koppal Toy Cluster KTC, is built in which state? The right answer is option number B, Karnataka. This is a toy cluster built on more than 400 acres of land and will be operational from March 2022. It will have a complete value chain of capabilities ranging from toy making, packaging, equipment manufacturing, paint, electronics, and other accessories development. Built in Karnataka, this cluster has the potential to attract investment of over 4,000 crore rupees and generate over 25,000 direct jobs and over 1 lakh indirect jobs. What is the name of the largest brackish water lake located in the Indian subcontinent, where according to the recently conducted Waterfowl Status Survey 2022, about 11 lakh waterfowl and other wetland dependent species came towards this lake? The right answer is option number A, Chilika Lake. Chilika is the largest lagoon in Asia and the second largest in the world. It is home to many endangered species of plants and animals, as well as being the largest ground attracting migratory birds in the Indian subcontinent during winters. In 1981, Chilika Lake, which is in Odisha, was designated as the first Indian wetland of international importance under the Ramsar Convention. This is very important. The major attractions in Chilka are the Irrawaddy dolphins, which are often seen near the Satpada Island. Which phase of the National Educational Alliance for Technology NEET has been started recently? The right answer is option number C, third phase. The first edition of the NEET was announced on 19th December 2019. Union Education Minister and Skill Development Minister Dharmendra Pradhan launched NEET 3.0 on January 3rd. 12 lakh NEET Ed tech-free course coupons worth 253 crore rupees were distributed to socially disadvantaged groups. NEET 3.0 has been launched as a single platform to provide the best development ed tech solutions and courses to the students in India. NEET is an initiative to provide access to best development technological solutions in the field of education so as to enhance employability of youth at a single platform for convenience of the learners. Who has taken over as the Chief Executive Officer CEO of Vistara Airline? The right answer is option number B, Vinod Kannan. Kannan joined Vistara in June 2019 as the Chief Strategy Officer. Kannan replaces Leslie Thung. He was the CEO of the company from July 16, 2017 to December 31st last year. Along with this, Deepak Rajawat has been promoted as Chief Commercial Officer CCO of Vistara Airline. Who has taken over as the new MD and CEO of UCO Bank? The right answer is option number D, Soma Shankar Prasad. Soma Shankar Prasad assumed the position of Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of UCO Bank on January 1st, and before that he was holding the position of Deputy Managing Director and Group Compliance Officer in SBI. Prasad replaces Atul Kumar Goyal, who has been appointed as the new MD and Chief Executive Officer of Punjab National Bank. UCO Bank is established in 1943 and its headquarters is in Kolkata, West Bengal. When has the 100-day reading campaign of Padhe Bharat started? The right answer is option number A, 1st January 2022. This campaign, launched by Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, will be organized for 100 days, roughly 14 weeks, starting from 1st January 2022 to 10th April 2022. Under this campaign, children will be developed creativity, innovation, vocabulary, and ability to express themselves in oral and written form. Children from the level of Bal Batika to 8th standard will be associated with this campaign. 21st February, which is celebrated as International Mother Language Day, has also been integrated with this campaign with the aim of promoting the local language and culture of our society. The Union government has accepted the recommendation of keeping the current annual family income limit for the economically weaker section EWS at, the right answer is option number C, 8 lakh or less. The central government has told the Supreme Court that it has decided to accept the recommendation of a 3-member panel to maintain the existing gross annual family income limit of 8 lakh or less for economically weaker sections. The government told the Supreme Court that committee has recommended that family income is a practical criterion for defining EWS. In the current situation, an annual family income limit of 8 lakh rupees is appropriate for determining EWS. So this is the overall scenario of the reservation in India at present. Total 59.50% seats are reserved, in which ST 7.5%, SC 15%, OBC 27% and EWS 10%. Against which team Bangladesh has recently won its first test match in 21 years? The right answer is option number C, New Zealand. Bangladesh cricket team created history on 5th January in Mount Maunganui. Bangladesh won the first test against New Zealand. In the first test of the current 2-test series, they defeated New Zealand by 8 wickets. This victory is even more important for Bangladesh as they beat New Zealand at home. This is Bangladesh's first win over New Zealand in any format in New Zealand. But keep it in mind, in the final test, New Zealand defeated Bangladesh by an innings and 117 runs in Christchurch to draw the 2-test match series by 1-1. The discovery of a new strain named IHU that emerged in which country in the wake of spread of Omicron variant of the coronavirus has created panic around the world? The right answer is option number B, France. Its discovery was announced by researchers from the Mediterranean Infections in the Marseille part of the University Hospital Institutes. IHU, which stands for Instituts Hospitalo-Universitaires, which is in French language. That's why the name IHU. The first known case of the IHU variant was found in mid-November 2021 in a Frenchman who had returned from Cameroon, Africa, the continent where Omicron was discovered. It is a sub-lineage of variant B.1.640. It is classified as B.1.640.2. This type of genetic code has 46 mutations and 37 deletions over the Omicron, many of which affect the spike protein. Friends, the PDF of all the video lectures published on the Ampian Academy YouTube channel can be found on the Ampian Academy app. All the information of the PDF course has already been given to you. With the help of the PDFs, you can easily revise the half an hour video in only about 5 to 6 minutes. So you will save time and revise multiple times. This will enhance your preparation. This is very important. The link of the app is also being given on the description box as well as in the pinned comment section. Let's deal with the last question. Recently, SAR program has been started by which ministry? The right answer is option number B, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. The SAR stands for the Smart Cities and Academia Towards Action and Research. Program is a joint initiative of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, National Institute of Urban Affairs and leading Indian educational institutions in the country. Under this program, 15 leading architectural and planning institutes of the country will document historic projects undertaken by Smart City Mission in collaboration with Smart Cities. These documents will outline measures to learn from best practices, provide opportunities for students to engage on urban development projects and disseminate instant information among urban professionals and academics. The first activity envisaged under SAR is to create a cluster of 75 historic urban projects in India under the Smart Cities mission. Please write down your score in the comment section. All the best for your exam preparations.